Welcome to Algebra 2, Unit 7, Section 1, Polynomial Long Division. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to divide polynomials by using long division. So, long division is something we learned back in grammar school, and very simply, we went into it like this. So, we're going to divide 6 into 245. 6 doesn't go into 2, but 6 does go into 24 4 times. So 4 times 6 is 24, and I have 0 here, and I bring down the 5. So 6 does not go into 5, so that's a 0. So back in the old days, you might have had a remainder of 5. But the way we approach this is when we have a remainder, it's 40 and 5, the remainder, over the divisor, 6. So our final answer is 40 and 5/6. Bigger numbers, such as this situation, there's no difference in the approach, in the algorithm. So 21 does not go into 20, but 21 does go into 205 9 times. So 9 times 21 is 189. So we're going to subtract 205 minus 189, and I've got 16. So we bring down the 0. 21 goes into 160. It doesn't go in 8 times, but it does go in 7. So this is 147. And we've got 13. Bring down the 4. 21 goes into 134 6 times. So that'd be 126. And we subtract 134 minus 126. We get 86. And 21 goes into 86 4 times. So that would be 84 here. And so we have a remainder of 2. So our answer is 9,764 and 2 21sts. So polynomial long division is just a method of dividing a polynomial by another polynomial of a lower degree. It's very similar to dividing numbers. Okay, so our steps. So the first thing we want to do is write the polynomial in standard form, which means you're going to write it in descending order from largest to smallest of exponents. Now, you'll notice here we go from having an exponent of 3 here to this exponent is 1, right? We don't write it. So we're missing x squared. So you have to put in this spot here what I call a placeholder. Okay, and this will allow you to do your division without having issues in regards to having something in that spot. So we have that in there. So let's go through the process here. All right, so you're going to do your division, and then you're going to repeat this until you can't divide anymore. Anything that's left over is a remainder. And you would just put that as the quotient plus the remainder over the divisor. So let's do an example here. We're going to divide 4x cubed plus x squared plus 2x plus 3, already written in descending order, divided by x minus 1. So x minus 1 goes out here, and we're going to have 4x cubed plus x squared plus 2x plus 3 right here. Okay, so the first thing here, we see step 1. Think of x times what equals 4x cubed? Well, 4 times the coefficient of x is 1. So 4 times 1 gives me 4. And x times x squared gives me x cubed. So I'm going to put 4x squared, and that goes directly over this x squared here. The number of terms that we go in, you'll see, is how many you move in on the first piece of the division problem. So we're going to multiply. So this becomes 4x squared times x is 4x cubed. Well, I want different signs. I want to change this sign because I'm going to add down these columns. So 4x squared times x is 4x cubed, but I'm going to change my sign to negative 4x cubed. 4x squared times negative 1 is negative 4x squared, but I'm going to change that to positive because when we subtract, we change the signs. So now I'm going to add down the columns. 4x cubed plus or minus 4x cubed is 0. X squared plus 4x squared is 5x squared. Now we bring down plus 2x. Okay. X goes into 5x squared 5x times. So I'm going to have plus 5x. So 5x times x is positive 5x, but we're going to positive 5x squared, I should say. Change the sign, that'll be negative 5x squared. 5x times negative 1 is negative 5x, but we're going to turn that into positive 5x. And we're going to come on down and we end up with 7x plus 3 comes on down. So x goes into 7x how many times? 7. So we're just going to have plus 7 here. So 7 times 7x is 7x. Change the sign. 7 times negative 1 is negative 7. Change the sign to positive 7. Add down these columns and I get 10. So my final answer is 4x squared plus 5x plus 7 plus 10 over x minus 1. And we've completed that problem. Alright, so let's go through another one. Negative x cubed plus 12x squared minus 37x plus 40. That can go right under here, and since there is nothing missing in, we don't need a placeholder. Out here I have negative x squared plus 4x minus 5. Okay, since I'm going with a trinomial here, I'm going to move all the way over 3, right? I've got 3 terms. I'm moving over 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. So, negative x squared goes into negative x cubed x times. So, x times negative x squared is negative x cubed, but we changed the signs. X times 4x squared, or excuse me, x times 4x is 4x squared, change the sign, negative 4x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x, and then we change the sign to positive 5x. So now we bring this down. 12x squared minus 4x squared is 8x squared. Negative 37x plus 5x is negative 32x. And now we bring down the 40 plus 40. So negative x squared goes into 8x, negative 8 times. So I'm going to write negative 8. So now we multiply. Negative 8 times negative x squared gives me positive 8x squared, but I'm going to change my sign, and it's negative 8x squared again. Negative 8 times positive 4x is negative 32x, but change the sign, positive 32x. Negative 8 times negative 5 is positive 40. Change the sign to negative 40. And we work down, boom, 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 and this is 0. So your answer here is x minus 8. Okay, so we're going to have a placeholder in this next problem because I have x squared plus 0x is plus 4. So this is x squared plus 0x plus 4. And now we're going to have 3x cubed minus x squared minus 3x plus 9. Alright, so x squared goes into 3x cubed, 3x times, right? Oops, excuse me here, hold on. My mistake here. I should not have put that there. That needs to go right here. Right? Because I've got a trinomial now. Okay? So 3x times 3x times x squared is 3x cubed. Change the sign. 3x times 0x is just 0x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x, but we change the sign to minus 12x. So now we add down. 3x cubed minus 3x cubed is 0. Negative x squared plus 0x squared is negative x squared. Minus 3x minus 12x minus 15x, and now plus 9. X squared goes into negative x squared minus 1 times, negative 1 times. So now we multiply again. Negative 1 times x squared, negative x squared, change the sign to positive. Plus 0x. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4, change the sign to positive 4. So now we add down, and this becomes negative 15x plus 13. So our answer is 3x minus 1 plus negative 15x plus 13 over x squared plus 4. Now our final problem here has placeholders on both, and in addition, this problem here, if you look here, this is not written in descending order. So I'm going to start out here with x squared minus, or let's say plus 0x minus 3. And I'm going to end up with 2x cubed plus 0x squared minus x plus 25. So we go through the same process. Alright, this is going to be the coefficient 1 goes into 2 times, x squared goes into x cubed x times. So 2x times x squared is 2x cubed, change the sign, negative 2x cubed. 2x times 0x is plus 0x squared. 2x times minus 3 is minus 6x, but we're going to change that to plus 6x. So this comes down, I got 0, here's another 0, so I end up with 5x plus 25. So this x squared cannot go into this. It's a smaller degree. So technically we would say this doesn't go, and we'd say plus 0. But our final answer is just going to be 2x plus, and we're going to put 5x plus 25 plus 2x plus 0 is just 2x, right? 5x plus 25 over x squared minus 3, and there's your final answer. Okay, so that's our lesson for today. Peace.